Where is it? Pucknology After Dark is sponsored by Audible. We've partnered with them to offer a free 30-day trial. You can choose over from 180,000 audiobooks and get a free audiobook. That's it for the. Yes, this is live, folks. Let me try this again. We need your support. Pucknology After Dark is sponsored by Audible. We've partnered with them to offer a free 30-day trial. God. You can choose from over 180,000 audiobooks and get a free audiobook to keep whether you choose to continue using the service or not. Go to audibletrial.com/PAD to sign up. That's audibletrial.com/PAD. You get a free book. You help support our show. Everyone wins. Like the sharks at home. That's audibletrial.com/PAD.
I mean, really, that's just the Michael Haley effect.
Yes. Welcome to Pucknology After Dark. Let's hope like heck it only gets better from here, because if not, we're in trouble. All right. Good evening, everyone. I am Eric. You can also follow me on Twitter at PuckGuy14. We come to you live after every post-game show. And without further ado, we need to make sure you are joining the conversation. That's right. So use the hashtag PucknologyAD. You can follow us on Twitter at the moment. You have at PuckGuy14, at iReadPucknology. How is he still awake? I don't know. It must be that Tim Hortons coffee. There's something special in there. Chris JWS, and the lovely unicorn that she is, Miss Rocket Backhander. With that, let's introduce and let them have their say. First and foremost, let's say hi to Rocket Backhander. How are you, my dear?
Hello. Good evening. Hello.
You're what? You're a bunny unicorn now?
No, just a unicorn.
Unicorn. My bad. I saw the little ears. I was thinking.
Horses have ears on the tops of their heads.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Excellent. Outstanding. Moving on to Chris JWS.
Do you have a moment to discuss our Lord and Savior, Michael Haley?
Oh, boy. That's what this show will probably end up being.
In the Great White...
In the Great White North, we have the multi-talented Ian Reed.
Very multi-talented. Hi.
And lucky for him, he's only like 2 seconds away from the Shark Tank and not 55 minutes like yours truly. AJ Strong.
Hey now.
Hey now. All right. You know the drill. Use the hashtag Pucknology AD. We will check with you on the YouTube chat, either on the website or on the app. Either way you can connect us, but please drive safely. All right. Let's talk about this. So here I am thinking Nashville's coming in and they're going to want vengeance for what happened in the second round of the series, and they lose 4-1. Let's give kudos to Jumbo Joe Thornton. He somehow finds a way to score a goal without even shooting it into the net. Let's go with initial thoughts. Chris, good evening, bud. What did you take from this lovely victory this evening?
I mean, really, it looked a lot like home games did in that series last spring. Really, the Sharks, they actually, I think this might be the first game they owned the circle. At least last I checked towards the end, they were still ahead in the dot. Most of the games this season, they haven't really controlled the dot. And they inevitably controlled possession. They got up early on Nashville, and they didn't take their foot off the gas too much. They kind of eased back a bit, let Nashville, take all the chances. But I think they did a good job. I mean, it looked a lot like most of those games in that series did. Not quite the curb stomping that Game 7 was, but it was good. And Pekka Rinne hasn't looked like Pekka Rinne in quite some time now.
Yeah, he had some nice saves tonight, but he definitely had some hiccups, preferably to his countryman Jonas Donskoy. Rocket, you lovely unicorn, you. What did you take from tonight?
Oh, I think tonight wasn't so much about where the Sharks are up and down, but it's looking at how the Predators are doing. I think that tonight's outcome was more a testament of a lot of opportunities that the Predators couldn't cash in on, and not so much the Sharks were firing on all 7 cylinders uphill, all this other good stuff. They just they looked better than I think they actually were. But hey, we got the win, so good for us.
Absolutely. Hey, it might not be pretty, but we take the W, right? Ian, I know you wanted to check in for a moment. What did you take from tonight?
I thought that I'm not really surprised by the outcome of this game, to be completely honest. Nashville hasn't been good at all this season for the most part. I think they're second last in the West. Now, granted, yes, I know it's early, blah 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 blah, all that stuff out of the way. But I mean, they've been awful for a team that so many people expected to be like a big player in the West this year. The Predators have been awful.
So you're not prefacing your comments with, if the season ended today.
No.
Oh,
They
If
would
the
be
season
terrible.
ended today, the Warriors would not be in the playoffs. Okay.
Hey!
the A's would be playing the Sonics.
Oh heck yeah! No, actually, I think it'd be like Cowboys versus Earthquakes, right? I don't know.
That sounds good. I'd watch that.
Why not? We like all that fun stuff, and
We
also
like the sports.
we like the sports. We like them a lot. Hence why we do this show, specifically for Sharks hockey. AJ, you were at the rink along with yours truly. What did you take in tonight, and how was the atmosphere for a truly big sellout crowd?
Really? We're going to go down this path this early?
Uh-oh.
Oh gosh, he's got thoughts.
No, okay, you want to call it a sellout? Sure. Saw a lot of, I mean, not a whole ton of empty seats, but let me just put it this way. I had upper deck seats for the first period, and I had lower bowl seats for the second and third period. So, anyway, no, great game. I think Martin Jones played his ass off tonight. I thought he had a stellar game. Sharks 4-0 at the tank. We know what their home record was last season, and obviously that was last season. And if last season ended today, no, just kidding. But
Oh,
no,
that's even better.
right? But Martin Jones, hell of a game, bro, and those spectacular 17 seconds with Pavelski and Wingels really kind of deflated the Predators. So I'm down with that. I will say that they need to put a Y at the back of Weber's jersey. I know I don't even care if it's a different number, but it's just weird seeing Subban and Weber out there at the same time, because you're like, wait a minute, I thought they traded Weber for Subban. Because it's just funny, because I heard that twice tonight from people sitting behind me, and I just went, oh, okay.
Right?
Ruzanowski on the radio said, "Oh, they probably got another Weber just to, make sure fans don't feel so sad about losing Shea Weber." It's like, if any of their fans feel sad about that, then they're just wrong. I mean, the ones that we know we've had on the show here, like Link, he loved that move. He thought that was the greatest fucking thing ever, and he loved Shea Weber. So
You get out of that long deal with Weber too, with
oh,
the
younger
freaking
and
all-star dynamic player too. But he didn't do too well on the scoring sheet tonight.
But let's talk about the in-game. I mean, Puck Guy, you and I were both there. It was a good crowd. There were some empty seats, but it was a very good crowd. Sharky's Halloween outfit was spectacular. Very, very funny. If you don't know, follow me at AJ_strong. I posted up a couple photos of him. Yes, and you can see the Los Tiburones jersey that Eric is sporting right now. But fun. It was a fun time to be had by all. The 50-50 raffle got over $10,000 tonight, which I thought was like, holy crap.
Got over 11 grand on Tuesday.
Yeah. It seems to be like 10 to 12 grand seems to be the regular thing. Not that that has anything to do with the game, but yeah, it was a good night. But like I said, those 17 seconds just flipped it on the Predators tonight. It's fun.
So, real quick, so Mike Neves in the chat, responding to this because we are interactive, says it's not the Sharks' fault they have fans who don't show seats are sold, which I agree with. And that's the thing is like when you say they shouldn't call it a sellout, okay, it is a sellout, but I guess it's ticky tack. If they sell the seats, they sell the seats. I think what is indicative though is of what it is indicative of is lack of fan enthusiasm if fans aren't showing, and that's little I mean that is worrisome for your long-term outlook, right? It's like, when we talk about when the Sharks are playing well or not playing well versus what the results are, they can play really well and lose versus we can get into that another time. But what do you think there, AJ?
No, totally. We've talked about this ad nauseum. It's technically, all the seats were sold, and that's awesome. But I think we discussed this a few shows earlier, is that, and we kind of predicted this. There was a lot of people we thought that bought season tickets for this season specifically to get playoff tickets for last season. So we thought that there might be a decent amount of games that have empty seats because they just wanted to go to the playoffs last season. But to follow up on what you said earlier, yes, the Sharks 55% in the circle tonight, and hey, 50% on the power play, 1 for 2, while holding the Predators 0 for 1. I was a little surprised, if anything, the lack of power play opportunities tonight. I thought there was a lot of times that there could have been penalties called both ways, but especially in the third, the refs let them go tonight.
Oh man,
There was a blatant interference on board.
PDB was livid.
Couture looked like he got a boarding call on Yossi, or Yossi on a boarding call on Couture, but
Couture,
they let him go, and that's a fine line if you ever want to if you ever want to have a rivalry, the rematch per se from round 2 of last year. That's not good. You know what also is not good is you were touching on the face-off percentage again. Logan Couture, 13% in the face-off circle.
Meanwhile, Tommy Wingles, 100%.
Go figure, folks. Go figure. Figure this team out. I don't know.
As a whole, though, I mean, Couture really has been a big part of what's been dragging them down at least in terms of face-off percentage, not other play, but in terms of face-off percentage. He, last I checked, which is a few games ago, he was leading the team in face-offs by probably 40-ish%. Like, he had considerably more than the next person down. So that was a big part of what was going on there. And yeah, I'm not sure what his struggle is about. I'm curious. I'm going to take a minute here while you guys keep on talking. I'm going to look more closely at the actual numbers, like who he faced off against. But yeah, it seems like he is one of the main people who's really, really struggling in the dot right now.
Yeah, I mean, I think if I recall offhand, I think his last 3 games have been like 20, 22, and 13 tonight. He was one of 2 under 50%. Wardo with 40%. Everybody else at least over 60. So credit to nice face-off wins and definitely looking at a lot more success. Like Joe Pavelski, he had 60% tonight, and he also had 2 points tonight, a goal and assist.
Well, and let's hear it for also time on ice. Very balanced tonight. Especially on the blue line. Very balanced. Nobody over 20. Well, okay, Burns 10 seconds over 22 minutes. Very balanced. 22 for Burns, 21 for Braun, 21 for Vlasic, 20 for Martin, 17 and 17 for Dylan and Schlemko. So nice, balanced. Obviously, just looking at the score sheet alone, you can tell that PDB was able to comfortably roll everybody on a... Dude, Michael Haley broke the 10-minute mark, man. That says something.
Like, Michael Haley, future All-Star Michael Haley, will probably...
All-Star game All-Star.
Exactly. All-Star game All-Star, probably will be the captain. He is the next John Scott.
Oh, boy.
You heard it here first.
Good that they can trust him with the minutes, because he's the AHL journeyman. So if we ever need him because there's a serious injury, it's not going to be like a question of overstraining the other players to compensate for not being able to trust him with a good amount of minutes. So that's kind of a good sign, at least.
Yeah. And Mike Neves on the chat pointing out we had like 4 or 5 off the pipe tonight. Just
At
imagine if just
least.
like 2 of those went in. I mean, this game could have very easily been a rout, and there would have been a lot more players falling out of the tree that Pekka was chopping down.
Well, let me give Rocket a moment to celebrate the nice game that Brendan Dillon had tonight. I even was impressed on the little rush to try to almost duplicate Vlasic's goal on Tuesday night, but
I saw that.
Rocket, by all means, as the Dillon fan on here, what did you take from your boys' game tonight?
Well, I think Brendan has one of the hardest jobs on the team. I think just because it's really easy to dump on your mistakes when you don't have these amazing, glorious points and goals and everything to counter it. But when you do quality, quiet work, and you don't screw up a lot, they just nobody wants to talk about that. They just want to talk about all the times you screw up. Brendan Dillon has looked a lot better this year than he did last year. He looks he looks even more solid in his skating than he did last year, more comfortable with the puck. Definitely a lot more comfortable moving the puck this year.
Yes, big time.
You notice? Like I've noticed a lot of just him being able to travel through the neutral zone and into the other end with the puck more times than once during a game. And I mean, yeah, okay, so he does make some bonehead moves, but hey, guess what? Everybody else does. So I think he's making good progress. I think he's a good addition to the community. He's starting up, I guess, some sort of charity. And I don't really know anything about it, but when I do, I will definitely pimp the shit out of it.
I was gonna go to Ian and suggest what he would take, but I think it's 1:30 in the morning over there, so I can understand and relate. So Ian,
And
we
I
hope
don't think
you
he
have a
wants
good
to
night.
fight with us high energy Americans for airtime here. We are all quite the airtime queens here.
We are. Well, with that,
I don't know, Eric. You've been talking most of tonight.
Oh,
Saying, bro.
wow.
Someone likes to mug for the camera, man.
No, Ian in the chat says
Wow.
that K-Man is giving issues.
Uh-oh. All right. Well, you take care, Ian. You have a great night. I'm the camera hog. Okay. Sure.
He's got his own show tomorrow.
Hey, can we talk about just like a little? This is going to be one of those like fun factoids. I mean, Puck Guy, you were at the game. Did you go by the at 2:15 the auction area where they were auctioning off the game worn jerseys from or not game worn, but the practice worn Tiburones jerseys, and notice who was actually helping the
Yes.
auction?
Yes.
Was it Mark Purdy?
No.
No.
Although it should have been. It was former mayor Ron Gonzalez.
Ah. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. I would have guessed Mark Purdy just because he does love to reference the beloved Los Tiburones.
Dude should have gotten like some sort of like I don't know, residual off this, because boy, that guy's been writing articles that injects this phrase for, I don't know, 20 plus years.
Yeah, honestly, when I first heard about it, it's like Mark Purdy retiring and they're honoring him, or just
Right?
I really wasn't sure. I was just like, it's like literally that's the only person I ever hear use that phrase other than the occasional fan. It's always been Mark Purdy. So I don't know what the origin is, but yeah.
He invented it.
Los Tiburones.
Yeah, that was his thing back in I think right back when the Sharks started in '91, if I'm not mistaken, AJ.
Oh yeah, and he's been writing on that, and I've seen comment after comment. Once the Mercury allowed comments on the website, or he used to do a regular piece maybe once a month called "Better Mail Than Jail," and it would just be a collection of letters to the editor type of thing that were usually pissing and moaning about him, and there would always be at least one a month that said, "Would you stop using Los Tiburones to describe the Sharks?" Because it just, for some reason, it irked it. But then again, as John Totora pointed out in our interview that Rocket and I had earlier this week.
Plug.
Like that little plug.
Ding, ding,
He said
shame.
he was talking about 30% of their ticket base right now being Hispanic. So hey, orale vatos, we cater to you.
Yeah, I mean, it is like Totora. I haven't listened to the interview yet. I need to, damn it. But I think I even posed a couple questions for you guys. I don't know if you asked them or not about like demographic shifting, because I know the Sharks need to focus on the next generation, all the young kids who are just starting to get into sports and all that, because that's where a big part of their base comes. But it's also Silicon Valley being a super diverse area. And if you can't, it's not like Canada where you can just get the white people to buy everything.
And that just took a strange turn.
But
It almost makes you wonder, like, when they're just going to say, you know what, fuck it, we're shit canning the whole Barracuda thing. The AHL team is now going to be called Los Tiburones.
that would have been a fantastic name.
Right? It would have been a great idea, right?
Well, okay, but there's also the corporate cashish with that whole thing.
Absolutely.
Good word for it.
It was probably we couldn't get the sponsorship from the city of Tiburon, so we went with the Barracuda Networks on afterwards. So we talked about how Pavelski got hit his goal tonight, but also tonight Tommy Wingles got his first goal, and he was even rewarded tonight with some third line ice time. I'll start with Chris, how did you think Tommy looked? And is he slowly be starting to come trade bait value now that Timo is getting some time in the Barracuda?
I can't say he is.
That's such an Ian
it's
question.
it's gonna take a lot more than this to really raise his value from maybe gets a conditional 7th round pick or get his value up to that point, because right now there's just not with that contract, not with that production. If he goes on a tear and starts doing scoring regularly, maybe, but right now, no, I don't see it.
Well, now, over the last few games, I think it's been about the last 3 games, we've seen that shift where they've pulled Hurdle off with the Joes and have Hurdle centering that third line. I mean, Puck Guy, what do you think about that? Do you think that's the right play, or are you kind of like, because to tell you the truth, I still don't think Hurdle, now granted, and Chris, this one's just for you, small sample size, but
Hashtag small sample size.
hashtag small sample size, but even though he's had like 3 straight games, Hurdle to me just has not, I don't know, he just does not look comfortable in that role. And Ian's talked about it many a times is this bridge contract, this 2-year contract that Hurdle has began this season for 2 years, nice bridge deal, to kind of see, is this the guy that we can move to center to maybe slot into that second role once Thornton retires and Couture gets bumped up to the top line center? And I got to tell you, I'm not feeling it, man.
Well,
So far,
how would you define comfortable? Because that's very ambiguous.
I don't know. He just, at least tonight, there's a few times where I watched him, and it's just kind of like, you can tell he's second guessing, like am I in the right position? Like, is this where I'm supposed to be, kind of thing.
Ian saying in the chat, bitches do not love small sample size. Okay, yeah, and but back on point. Like, I get what you mean, but I mean, I have kind of watched some of the numbers, and it seems like he's been more quiet there. But I think in terms of like possession numbers, they look good. I haven't tracked face-off numbers that closely, but I think he's not gonna look comfortable immediately either way. I think.
That's what I said. Small sample.
If he started looking spectacular right off the bat, like, holy shit! But I mean, really, yeah, I would say give it 10 or 20 games before we really start making a lot of judgments on like, does this work? But I think long term, that is going to be how it's going to have to be. So,
well, and clearly there's something. I mean, there's something going on there, because tonight, out of the forwards, he was third in ice time. I mean, Pavelski 17-29, Couture 17-17, Hurdle 17-11. And once again, this goes back to show you how dominant the Sharks were tonight when Joe Thornton is at 15:48.
Jesus.
You know, like that guy on average is easily cracking 17,
Well,
18.
Also worth mentioning is, when we're talking about faceoffs, I'm just pulled the thing right in front of me. He took 9 of his 16 faceoffs in the defensive zone. So that's also probably going to affect how comfortable he looks, because he's, being tasked with a lot more responsibility there. He's only taking a handful in the offensive zone. The vast majority are happening in the defensive and neutral zone. So it's almost like they're asking him to play a similar role to like Logan Couture has played, where it's been very defense heavy, and make it so it's going to inevitably dampen his stats a bit if he's not getting as many zone starts in the offensive zone.
No, I hear you. I'm just talking about, there was just a few times where I saw him either on the rush or on the breakout, and he just, I don't know, he kind of seemed to be a little bit of, okay, I think
timid.
well, yeah, kind of like, okay, am I doing the right thing? Is this where I'm supposed to be? But once again, small sample size. Let's see. I mean, okay, let's just throw it around the room. Can the Sharks not start Haley for the remaining schedule until they lose a game?
How dare you?
AJ, you ignorant slut.
Wow.
Because he
You
is
have
the
a
key
little
to
too much chum, sir.
He's the whole key to this, right? He's the key to all of this. It's all about Haley,
I mean, really, he is the rug that ties the room together.
right?
That's true.
He's the new teddy bear. He's filling Mike Brown's role very nicely on the fourth line in the locker room.
I say we all bring cowbells to the next game and Haley.
Oh boy,
They won't let cowbells in, I don't think.
no, unless you go to the Golden One Center in Sacramento.
Hey.
But
And
nonetheless,
how about Donskoy heating up? Opening goal the last 2 games.
Good, but he's no Michael Haley.
Yeah, right.
moving on. Randall, our good friend Hunter.
Hunter saw him tonight. What's up, bro?
He chimed in a couple of times. He's like, he looks like you've got all the stars on Pucknology tonight. Oh yeah, and AJ Strong is there too. Wow. I don't know what you did to Randall. What did you do?
Okay, I want a raise after being called a star. Damn it.
I am a unicorn.
No, well, the best part is that Randall was slated to be on the Pucknologist tomorrow, and we'll see if that still happens.
Like that's a nice guest spot you have. It'd be a shame if something were to happen to it. And by the way, a little plug there. You might still make it.
We'll see about that. He was saying Hurdle needs to be his center. He's a future number 2 center for this squad.
That's what I'm hoping for.
So that's an interesting one. Chester Tivo was saying that he basically retweeted what Gackle said. I guess Ward underwent the concussion protocol after the hit and was cleared to return. That's why we saw him so late in the game, and he seemed okay.
There was a couple serious hits tonight, I felt.
Yeah.
Hurdle took a big one behind the net tonight, too.
And Arvidsson had to get stitched up. I didn't see that. I was on the way home. But I guess he took a skate to the chin, it sounded like, according to Ruzi.
I believe so.
Yeah.
And how fun was it to see Matt Irwin back on San Jose Sharks ice?
Nice.
Matty.
Barely noticed him, to be honest, which is
Actually, I saw him a couple times.
How he was when he was here at the end of his tenure, when he was a little tire fire-ish at times.
I saw, actually, you know what? I watched a couple of shifts of his. He was good positionally. He looked pretty decent. Would I take him over Dylan? We can talk
Depends
about
on if
that
we're
later.
talking paycheck or not.
Yeah, we can talk. Yeah, paycheck. That's it. Paycheck.
No. The reason why I ask about if some of these guys are trade bait is just because the team is developed, and according to my insider source, there were 8 team scouts at the game tonight, which I find very interesting. Yes, they might have actually been for Nashville as well, but
Does that now see? I'm speaking
If they were there for
on.
Nashville, they probably would have been in Nashville.
They're all for Patty.
Hold on. What is this? It's cool. Now you know
No,
what the
like
Sharks
if
are
they're
like.
looking at Nashville, they would have come out on this trip because they gives them 3 games in a really short span to take a look at Nashville against how they play against other teams.
Yeah.
But let me ask
And
this
look at those
though.
other teams too.
And I'm speaking this from the point of view of complete ignorance. Is this like kind of early to see scouts at games? I mean, it seems like I'm used to seeing Kevin Kurz or Pashelka or whoever. They will usually tweet when they're, especially like when the list of scouts is long on the bulletin board, and I haven't seen anything from him. It just seems like it's a little early for that, don't you think?
I think it's early. I've never seen, outside really that Owen Nolan Sandis Ozolinsh trade. I haven't seen a big trade in October.
And
Well, my guess is it means somebody's really on the block if that were the case. Maybe.
Yeah.
Well, Ian saying scouts are always at games, and I get that. Maybe there's a couple guys that you might have had like penciled in even before the season started that you wanted to take extended looks at. And let's be honest, for all the extra scouts that were there tonight, sorry Matt Nieto didn't play, but maybe next game.
Hey,
Just check. You can find him down Long Beach at some point. I'm sure.
Hey now, okay. Oh, everybody drink. Hold on.
He's in the
Excuse me.
studio.
He's from
Long Beach.
He's from Long Beach, but it's none of my business.
Long Beach, California.
oh gosh.
And Matt
We are
Nieto's
brought
from
to you
Long Beach,
by
Iowa.
Chum. Delicious red ale.
Ooh, line change.
All right, so going into the chat, Laurel is asking Rocket why you had your hands up.
hands
She was
up.
saying, "Hands up, don't shoot." What's up?
No, because I was saying, because would they come out here because then they could see them in 3 short games in succession and take a look at the California teams too. And Ian said that I was right, and it made me happy.
And really, they just want to admire the California teams because
We have the best,
we're the best
damn
at home.
weather.
Why did I? No, I didn't need to do that. Oh well, that's what I get for. I better not touch him. But I was trying to scroll up and I accidentally deleted the comment. I apologize for that. I know. Way to go.
Don't apologize if it's
Oh my god!
if there's anyone
No,
else, then apologize.
He says that Matt Nieto's new album is called Scratch.
Ouch. Kevin Lee
Wiki.
Wiki.
needs beats, taking his skills to the elliptical in the Sharks locker room.
Yikes!
Skills with a Z.
Kevin Lacey wants me to do my Jonas Donskoy announcer impersonation. I think.
All right, thanks for coming out, people. See you next time.
Wait.
And here's where I mute Eric.
Let's put it this way, folks. I'm learning not to piss off everybody on the show. So,
Yeah, exactly. For those who are on audio only in the future, I just muted Eric just for funsies because it was fun.
Wow.
So, okay, back on topic.
Wow, that was awesome, dude.
I'm wondering if someone mutes me again, I might shorthouse the shit out of this show in no time flat.
You know, I have 2 buttons here. One is mute, the other is eject.
I couldn't get any damn business.
Hey,
Let's get back
I
on topic,
didn't
shall
know
we?
he was
well-
with cassette decks.
You know what? When we were in line tonight, we actually ran into the Slush Man, and I thought he has a question. Does he have one tonight?
Yes, he does have one.
Because it's a day ending in Y, so Slushy must have a question for us.
Yes, and this one is, oh my god!
Do we have like
I
a
don't know
theme
how the
song
heck
for
we're
this?
gonna get this.
Please tell me it's how many points has Joe Thornton scored in the play? Because that
Saturday.
Yes.
oh, can we bring that up for a minute?
Yeah. Before we get to Slushy's question, Slushy, we will get to it. Don't worry.
Before we get to Slushy's question, let's do the at the tank Slushy's question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, I
So
think
set this one up, AJ.
No, let Eric. He saw it. He knows. I tweeted it out. Go ahead, man.
okay. So
Because
so
holy crap.
basically, we have fun with Slushy's corner, and and sometimes it gets real specific. But lately we were talking about what was it? What was the thing?
Like how many
times did,
points have been scored on a Saturday in October with a full moon? Yeah.
with avocados picked by left-handed Guatemalans or
Guatemalans,
something.
they're
Yeah.
Well,
raspberries.
And Taylor Swift.
tonight
Yeah.
we've proven that the Sharks organization has been watching the show with this question in the Orchard Did You Know challenge. Prior to tonight, how many career points has Joe Thornton registered in games played on Saturday?
Is that the photo I tweeted?
Yes.
Yes, that's a photo you tweeted.
Oh my god. Okay.
I mean, good luck
Yeah.
trying to figure that out.
So
but
Orchard Supply has hired Slushy for his first job.
no,
Congratulations,
now,
Slushy. You got a damn job.
okay, now for those of you who weren't at the game, okay. Now, when they asked this question, no, go ahead, Eric. Please put it back
back
up.
on?
Please put it back
Okay.
up. So, typically, for those of you who aren't at the Sharks game or have never been to a Sharks game, whatever, when they put up this question, obviously the 343 points, whatever the answer is, it's not up there. It's just the question. And they bring up two people, and one of them picks a number, and the other one says higher or lower. The person that they brought up, his answer to this question was 3. That was it. 3. That was the
What?
number 3.
3.
Bro.
3. And
300, man?
No,
Three.
just 3. And the other person, I swear to God, had to think about it for a second and then went higher.
I guess. Like, dude, this is not The Price is Right. You don't guess $1, okay, dude?
Yeah, right?
Oh, Jesus.
That was, oh my God, it was hysterical. It was awesome.
Joe probably looked up and said, really?
Okay, so
Like, bro, do you even hockey?
right when you go to a Sharks game, at the very beginning of the game, the Sharks come out of the Shark Head first, and they're spinning and everything, and they're circling, and then maybe about 90 seconds in, the opposing team comes out. And you hear like a rain of boos. When the person answered this question and said 3, you heard that same rain of boos.
Well, and you feel for that person now because
No, you don't.
they've been embarrassed.
No, I really
feel
don't.
bad
I
for
really
them
don't.
because, they're just probably not much of a fan, but
They had the best costume tonight. That's why they got picked.
Oh,
clearly that would be why, because it was definitely not for their hockey knowledge.
hey, if we're going for the best costume tonight, and I need to find this person's Twitter.
And while you do that, Ian, of course, saying "fuck that guy."
Hashtag
was
fuck
this
that guy.
gal
Hashtag.
was this gal tonight at the game? Apparently, Hunter tweeted out a screenshot from the broadcast and was retweeted all over the place on
Wow.
by Puck Daddy.
Patrick
kudos.
Kane's ex-girlfriend?
Oh,
Too soon?
Bro.
Too soon?
ouch.
Yeah, bro.
Too soon? Oh, I'm sorry. No. Too soon.
No,
That was
but,
a terrible thing to say, Chris.
You're terrible.
Oh, you're not putting out. I'll say my own terrible
AJ
shit.
Strong
Account for
does
that.
not necessarily represent Pucknology.
Okay, back.
Terrible.
Anyways,
Took us-
let's-
It's like Mr. Barista here. It got really dark. Yeah. That was better than what you said. So,
So, Puck Guy, you were saying about that?
Oh,
For
I was
sure.
saying her costume was awesome. I thought that was really, really cool. But basically that happened during the tweet up, and there we go.
Hold on. Just recognize the chat from Captain Phasma. Hey, that's my ex. You broke my heart, bitch.
Frank, you think someone pucked her in the face.
Oh, that was too funny. All right. So
Moving
anyway,
on.
Teal City tweet up.
The Sharks tweet up. Kurt made the trip all the way up to San Jose, and a great showing out by many of fans, including the Notch Pro Gentry.
Aw.
Jesus Christ, I didn't realize Gentry that was that close to me.
We all are that close because we all like you, AJ.
Okay, then.
Moving on.
Moving on.
Moving on.
All
Hey,
right.
you gotta send me that pic though. That's a cool pic.
I did post it on Twitter, but I'll post
Face
it.
pucked.
Moving on, let's go around
Grab
the
her by the
league
puck.
really quick.
Hey now.
Moving on, as we go around the league, Buffalo shuts out Florida 3-0. What the heck happened to Robert? The Battle of Pennsylvania? Sidney Crosby with 2 goals gives the Penguins a 5-4 win over the Flyers. The streak is over in Detroit as Boston beat the Red Wings 1-0. I'm not sure if Austin Matthews scored, but the Leafs did lose to Montreal 2-1. And of course, Shea Weber scored again.
Haven't
No.
they?
Oh my.
Haven't they lost every game? The Leaves haven't they lost every game that Austin Matthews has scored a goal in?
I believe.
No.
Oh, no,
Toronto.
No, there was one game he had like he had all 4 goals and they still lost. But no,
Yeah.
like the following game he had like 2 goals and they actually pulled that one out.
So we haven't quite hit peak Toronto, but we're close.
Yeah,
Getting
getting close.
But hey,
Base Camp 1.
who did St. Louis play today?
The St. Louis shut out Los Angeles 1-0 tonight. Oh my. Speaking of getting shut out, Devin Dubnyk has found his game mightily again and beat
Holla!
the former team that used to be in Minnesota, the Dallas Stars, 4-0.
Now, do you have who was in net for that one? Was it Nemo?
I can pull that up. Just as a quick reminder, the Devils beat the Lightning 3-1. Let me pull up the stats page here.
No, it was Lettinen in net.
Lettinen. Yeah, it was Kari
I
Lettinen.
know you wanted some confirmation bias there, AJ, but not tonight.
Absolutely.
Also, the Avalanche beat the Desert Dogs 3-2.
Oh,
Gosh,
excuse me. Hold on.
I'm enjoying this delicious Sprite right here.
Oh boy.
I got water.
And in the other game besides us, Washington 5, Vancouver 2.
Don't fucking do it, man.
Oh, I got my finger on that eject button.
I told you, dude, not until February when we get their first game against them.
I was right. So Kevin Lacey in chat saying Maple Leafs have not won any games that Austin Matthews has scored in. I was
really.
correct.
I thought there was one.
Peak
Not
Toronto.
one.
So we are officially peak Toronto. Awesome. Back to Eric.
Yes. Oh, thank you. What was it? I think it was Ian and Zach Devine going over how all of a sudden it was everybody was on the Canucks bandwagon, and then all of a sudden they started out 4-0, and now all holy hell's breaking loose as they cling on to a wild card spot as we speak.
Well, I mean, the amusing thing is that people thought that was actually sustainable by Vancouver. But I mean, at least
Oh my God, they were playing the parade.
Hold on, when do we fucking allow Canadians back on this program? What the fuck?
Yeah, we have like a quota here, bro. We're over quota.
Hey, look, it's good that, I mean, at least Utica's doing good, though, right? Oh, wait, they're not doing good either.
Shouldn't you be like talking about like Las Vegas hockey on another podcast? What are you doing here?
I talked on the Las Vegas podcast about, what did I talk about? The Oilers and the Coyotes.
Wow.
Hey, you know what though? Give it up for fucking Ian Reed, man. This guy, he's on podcast after podcast, dude. Like seriously, I love the fact that you are just like, dude, just putting the word out there. I love that, dude. I think that is so awesome.
Out of 5,
dude. I don't know what the hell Chris just said, but no, seriously, like not even bullshitting. Dude, I love the fact that you're out there just getting on podcast after podcast. It is, I guarantee you, within 18 months, Ian Reed is going to be the co-host with Wyshynski. I'm telling you.
Oh, that'd be it's his dream.
That's what I'm saying.
So that means
This is dream.
So we get Jeff Merrick in the trade?
Shit.
Oh shit. Okay, wait a minute. We somehow got fucked in that deal. I have to rethink this now.
Yeah, you guys are stuck with me.
But Ian is doing another show tomorrow, the Pucknology Writers Room, and to tell you what's coming up on that, Ian Reed.
Oh.
Yeah, so writer's room tomorrow. Love to see you wonderful 31 people come in and watch my show tomorrow. I know it's not as shark centric, but we are going to talk. We do have some sharks topics in the pipeline. We're also got a few other topics too. We're going to talk some barracuda tomorrow, so look forward to that. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be me, Kevin, and Joe.
In the chat, Mike Nevis says, and now here's Ian with your Justin Bieber update. No. Nick Neff Teppets, I fucking love Ian Reed. Fucking love that guy being 100. Vince G saying, Writer's Room, that's my jam. So, Ian, you are getting some love, and you're getting muted at the same time. Very interesting. All right. Moving on. Let me see what we got going on with the chats.
Ian Reed pulling the Shaggy saying, it wasn't me.
Let's see what we got in the chats here. Laurel wants to short house. No, I'm not doing it.
Eject button.
I'm not doing it. It's being requested, and specifically not from Hockey Journal.
Okay, like seriously, who's got the jacked up headphones?
I don't.
Something. I keep hearing noises. People are talking about it on the chat.
Ain't no me.
It ain't me.
I don't think it's me. I don't hear any noises at all.
Well, okay.
This is Puck guy rolling here.
Puck guy doesn't think it's him, but he didn't think he had a nail problem either.
It's not me.
It's I don't know what's worse, that or robot voice. But Eric, if you want to finish your thought, and then let's get on to what's coming up next.
Well, yeah, what's coming up next are the Desert Dogs. The Sharks will take on the Coyotes on Tuesday night. Can somebody confirm that there's a earlier game on NBCSN, because the Sharks are going to be on NBCSN on Tuesday night.
There is an earlier game. It was tweeted out earlier. I think it was like Lightning and Islanders.
And then it starts at 4:30. Oh God.
Okay, yeah, I think the mic issues are you, Eric, because even when other people are muted, still hearing it. So I think
it's you,
bro. Okay, everyone in the chat, just in all caps, please say now, Eric, get a damn mic stand. Please, just do that.
I don't think it's a stand. I think it's just maybe the cable.
Well, if you're shuffling it around, then the cable's gonna have issues. But let's talk about what's coming up next here. So let me pull up the thing while Eric sorts out his microphone issues again. #live, #production value. So,
well, coming up at Arizona on Tuesday, and then we get to host Calgary, and then see the rematch for the final versus Pittsburgh. But as Arizona, let's just go around the room right now. Now, Ian, it's going to be a little difficult with him because he is in Canada. Ian, are you able, on the package that you have, are you able to watch the San Jose feed so you get, Randy and Jamie or anything like that?
Yeah, so what happened last game when you guys weren't watching and I was I guess they had moved it to the NHL Network, which is great if you have the NHL Network. So I just pick up the NHL Network feed and then it just kind of merges over, right? So that's what I get when I watch.
Okay, so this Tuesday, are you saying that you will in fact be able to hear like Randy and Jamie?
Whoever is doing the commentary. I think last week it was like when it was Hayward and Randy. It was Hayward and Randy from the start. So if they do something where they where they kind of merge the, get guys from each team, which I actually like. I thought that was a really good idea. And Hayward and Randy was actually really good.
I thought they were good together, but with the exception of there was a few times where Hayward, funnily enough, being a former Shark, didn't seem to know a whole lot about the Sharks. Now, granted, it was 25 years ago, but there was a few times where it was Dawn Sky, not and granted that's a piddly little complaint, but there was just a few times where he seemed surprised about a couple of the Sharks, and it's like, well, okay, clearly he's not really following that much, and no, a mic stand is not going to help that. You need a static cord, but so with at Arizona.
I was going to I wanted to mention something else on that, though. But when you consider that Ehlers and Hayward are probably by far the worst team, like the worst TV team in the league, like I was pleasantly surprised with Hayward and Randy. I thought they did a good job together.
Yeah, and you know what? And I would take that. I would take that 20 times on Sunday over Doc Emmerich, but. So myself, Puck Guy, Rocket, Chris, we all get to watch the game locally. I need to throw it around the local room right now. The game on Tuesday, Arizona. Now I'm talking from 7 a.m. or 7 a.m. Well, see, they won't be any Brody pregame. Okay, from puck drop till the you know what okay, this sheet means nothing. Forget it. It's not on CSN, so fuck it. But it's just because the next time they play Arizona, which is going to be November 29th, we need to do an over-under, and there has to be some sort of prize. In fact, you know what? Here. I got it. A Los Tiburones jersey prize. This jersey right back here. Los Tiburones jersey. For the person who hits the over-under exactly on Desert Dogs mentions. And this includes pregame, the game, and post. We have to do that.
Oh man, that is one hell of a contest.
So
I'm setting the over under right now at 23.
So we're basically shooting after dark until after post game then.
Oh sure.
Somebody will have to listen to post.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Well, maybe it's just pregame and regular game.
Yeah, I think so.
You know what? I took this little doohickey.
Dude, you're just buzzing all over the place, dude.
Dude, I don't understand, dude. You need to take that shit back to Amazon, dude. Just ship it back, bro.
Dude, you got a faulty cord, or you need to get it so you're setting it steady, because you're moving it around, you're gonna have problems.
Keep it away from your phone.
Oh yes, yeah. Cell phones cause cancer too. Just be aware of that. Just everyone, just so you know.
Then the entire Bay Area is going to die. Then,
dude,
back to you, Chris.
We're already dead.
It's like whoever was running the lighting at SAP Center on Thursday is doing Puck Guy's mic tonight.
Correct. Yeah, they got fired. They're now doing sound for After Dark, and we're about like, I'm sorry, dude, if you can't handle this, bro, and I'm not gonna mention his name. Clearly, so you're not cut out for this. Anyways, let's wrap this one up because we're just kind of filling airtime here at this point.
DoorDash is hiring delivery drivers.
Hey now, yeah, I'm sure you can get a reference from. No, I'm not going to say the name. I'm not saying the name. I'm not doing it. I'm not getting signed again. Forget it. Kevin Lacey's saying that he'd rather have a conference champions mini banner than this jersey. I don't know why, but okay. What was the slushy question?
That's what I was going to get to. The slushy question is, out of all 20 players on the Sharks, not including goaltenders, which brand do the Sharks use most? CCM, Warrior, or Easton?
Magnum condoms.
CCM.
I'd say it's got to be CCM.
Oh, we're talking about sticks, not condoms?
Sticks.
Equipment. This could
we're not talking about those sticks, AJ. We're talking about like hockey
gloves, sticks, helmets, everything.
Okay, what was the question? Okay, what sticks do they use, and what are the answers so far?
Which brand do the Sharks use most? CCM, Warrior, Easton.
Easton.
Ooh. I'm gonna go CCM.
And for those CCM, you are correct.
Yay!
According to Slushy, 22 out of the 40 in the. I don't know how you can get 40. I guess the ones in the organization. Use CCM. 11 use Warrior. 2 use Easton. The rest use.
And the reason being is because Slushy Jake has gotten a stick from every damn player. And he has them in a row, and he just counted.
There's some comments in the chat that I am definitely not going to read on air here, but I do like Captain Phasma with Western Conference condoms. Anyhow,
I think
so
that's
Eric,
it.
let's
I
wrap
think
this.
we
Let's
can-
wrap this up.
Yeah, okay.
Good night, everybody.
Yeah. Make sure you subscribe down below. Make sure you hit up Pucknology.net. Make sure you hit up Audible by Amazon. They are a sponsor for providing a free 30-day trial where you can use 180,000 audiobooks, including one that's yours to keep. For more, log on to audibletrial.com/PAD. But until then, final thoughts. Ian?
I have final thoughts. My final thoughts are the Predators are terrible, the Oilers are king, and the league makes no sense.
Chris?
Mine is just reading out of the chat. Conference condoms feel like a champion every time.
Rocket?
I got nothing. I'm a fucking unicorn.
She has no idea how to follow that.
AJ?
No, fuck you. I'm a unicorn. That's it.
Tuesday, Desert Dogs, but Monday, brand new episode of the Pucknologists.
Yay.
And Monday's also Halloween. Be safe out there, but have a great freaking time. Until then, let's get out of here. Keep it real. Keep it tight. Keep it real tight. I'm going to get another microphone now. Good night, everyone.
Use lube. Use lube.
Hey,